Okay, Mike, it's John. Just going to do a little, review of what we went over, earlier, and some of the things that we went over during the course of the day. It's really nice that you did take, quite a few notes. It's always good to put it in your own words, and plus hearing mine and bringing the two, the two together. It's just always looking for the words that's going to, click, and everybody's different in, terms of communication. But it's really good to see that you're all, doing that. I think you'll find it very, very, helpful. But here, just starting with the, with the grip, we talked a lot about getting it, stronger, where the left hand is more on top, the rotated more clockwise, and the right hand under, versus on top of the golf club. Trying to get those V's going towards the right shoulder. There for a while, it was, a little bit, too strong. But it's a lot easier to correct that hook than it is a big old slice. A lot of times if you're hitting it right, it'll try to get you to hook it and bring it back to the middle someplace. So, but you could see when the left hand got a little bit too strong, then the rotation of the, the hands and the arms just went too fast, and the toe came in, quickly, giving you that quick little hook. And the other thing too, if you recall, at the address, you actually had the face closed, where the toe was a little bit ahead of the heel at the address. Just let that club lay in its natural position, that the driver. Okay. And now with the iron, just watching your setup here, the shoulder tilt is good. On this one, you might have the hands a little bit, too far forward. I know your concern was about hitting a few of them, a little bit behind the ball or chunking them. If you get the hands too far forward, you're going to take the club up a little bit too abruptly on the backswing. So why don't you just try to get your hands just slightly forward, which allow you to come into the ball a little bit more on the, we talked about on the shallow side versus, too steep. And then with the, you were hitting it just so high. And then, there towards the end, we got you swinging around a little bit more versus, quite so, vertical or upright. And you started to drive the ball because, just sort of flatten it out, made it enable you to come into the ball, shallower and, versus so steep. I mean, even this afternoon, those drives you were really drilling. So hands more centered, descending stroke, golf ball, earth. So you're staying nice and level going back. Okay, so this looks really good here. You're flatter. Oh, going back to that posture before I forget it. You're bent over maybe a little bit too much. We'll work on it tomorrow. The knee is just slightly flexed, but better to be bent over too much than it is to be too vertical. But we want to just work so much on that. Okay, I know you feel that tension in the arms, like you're being jammed with a fastball or something. But just want to really work on that, on that grip pressure being soft throughout the swing, and those arms staying relaxed. Think of those elbows staying connected. The letter L at the top of the swing with the right, and the letter L at the completion of the swing. And this is something you don't always have to hit golf balls to do it. Just to get out and sort of mimic those arms staying connected. But really good finish. I'm going to run this back. Just to review a little bit here with the weight transfer. I know when you and Chris and everybody was watching the video there of the pros, the big difference is once those arms are going back, even before they're there, you should be actually you come pretty close right there of doing it. You just want to let that right heel release. That was pretty good there. It must have been pretty good. And you're always going to notice your best shots when you're finishing like this, when you're in balance and in control. Here we are, with the wood. Mike, get the hands a little bit more centered, more in the center of the shaft, or at least even with the golf ball. Still like to see get that left toe flared out a little bit more. That's going to help you make a little bit easier weight transfer going through. Shoulder tilt here is good, and you make a level swing. That's one thing about all four of you. Really stay really level, back and through. So I think, we try to get you a little bit more around the body, so it'll help you drive the ball lower versus if the hands get too high, you're going to create that steeper angle coming down and have a tendency to sort of float up in the air higher. And then I just can't emphasize enough the importance of path and release. That back towards the target drill is sort of goofy, but boy, it's amazing. You do it and you start hitting that ball right to left where it goes towards 1, curves back towards 12. And then just gradually turn yourself around. It's just really a good drill. I know you mentioned you do get a chance to hit balls, so it's really a good drill. Good finish right here. But with their sweeping motion, club goes back low and through low. And I think instead of thinking so much of 1 o'clock, just think of swinging that club right down the target line. Sometimes it just becomes confusing to go in the right field and releasing. Just think of taking it right down, right over the pitcher's head. Duck when it comes at you. But I'm going to do one from the back. Okay, here we are. Mike with the wood. Okay. You want you just let those hands just sort of hang down naturally. We went from one extreme to the other maybe in terms of just those knees should be just slightly flexed. The more the knees flex, the butt's going to come in and you're going to get back on your heels a little bit. The club goes straight back, and as you rotate, then it works inside. Got the hands over the shoulder. That's pretty good right there. I think both these drives they hit on the video were good. The left arm's almost in that L position. But just, primarily, from the top of the swing forward, it's such a key, not only for yourself, but for so many golfers, is to make that transition from top to bottom as smooth as possible. The tendency with the wood, or, even all clubs, but even more so with the wood, is to get up there and try to, just try to supply the power with the arms. The arms will follow the weight transfer. So, start down smoothly, and you stand a better chance of keeping everything on the right path. The harder you start down, you're usually going to, swing more, out to over the top, type of move. Just think of trying to swing 75-80% of your power. Swing within yourself. Just to review a little bit with the short game, key's really in the setup. Going to grip down the club a little bit, open the stance, narrow and open stance, the ball back of center, the hands forward. We want that club to, stay de-lofted at impact and into the follow through, because we want it to actually hit it, lower and keep the ball running. More ground time versus air time. And try and experiment if you can, if you get the time with the various clubs. The lie always dictates, which club. We talked a lot about that. That's just more grass, more loft. But like I said, the key's in the setup, and when you finish the stroke, even here you're trying to look good. Hold that follow through. Keep that weight on the left foot, going back and through. But that, gives you, something else to work on. And I was saying to Chris on his voiceover, it's just so glad to see you guys taking notes, because, putting it in your own words a lot of times, just means so much, or, combining your words and my words. It's just something always to look back to. I mean, gosh, as long as I've been around the game, the amazing thing is you come back to the same old flaws or habits so often. But still, it's a game of, improving the technique, and just really appreciate your eagerness and willingness to, learn, and really do have, good attitudes. If there's anything I can ever do, feel free to, contact me here at the golf school. I'll put my number down on one of the books that I'll give you. And just again, I really enjoyed it, and looking forward to tomorrow. We'll go out on the golf course and have some fun and hit some good shots, hit some not so good shots. So again, I really enjoyed it. Take good care.